Okay, now we're going to talk about some variations of the rail concept. The most basic one, we just covered it on that last clip, was motioning from 2x2 to 2-back, or in this case, just starting in 2-back. So this is a really good way to get your H if you've got a slot receiver that's also kind of a hybrid back. It's a way to get him into the backfield. You can use him to run the rail, or you can use him coming out of the backfield on that under route to get a rub and try to create some separation. So the same exact rules, the same exact progression. It always starts on the rail. So in this case, we're in Glock. That's our 2-back. The call is Glock right, 50 railroad even. We're running the rail to the right. Now, if we wanted to flip-flop this, if we wanted our H to run the rail, then we in our offense would just tag H railroad even. So that would tag the H. That would tell these guys to flip-flop. The H would run the rail. The R would go backside and either run the under route, or you'll see a clip, you can get into 2-backs, you can use your back in a 6-man protection, and you can actually tag your backside receiver on the under, okay? So if you've got a dynamic X and you want to get him on the run and have him be the under part of that mesh, there's some ways to do that, and I'll show you. But the base way we do it, all right, the base way it's drawn up here, Glock right, again, setting our formation, strengthening the boundary, all right, the number 1 receiver to the call, we're running railroad to the right, OTB at 9. Number 2, set the mesh or the over route. All right. Running backs coming off of their ass on the rail. And then the number 2 backside, who in this case is a back, is coming through the line of scrimmage and he's going under. Now, we've got to teach this guy, if he's working to push through and it gets real cloudy, then he can outside release. He's just got to get underneath that mesh route. Backside number 1, post curl. The other thing that we've talked about a lot, because we rarely ever get to this, even in 7-on-7 when there's no pass rush. What we've talked about progressing to is, rather than having this guy run the backside post curl, is this X is our best receiver. And so if we have the rail concept, we kind of have that 1-2-3 triangle read, just tagging this guy on some one-on-one routes. All right. We love the speed route, 8 to 10 yard speed out. Okay. Working some deep comebacks, working some stop routes, depending on how comfortable you are with your quarterback, just giving him the ability to check with me and tag a one-on-one route. And if he gets a good favorable matchup, if he likes the leverage or the grass that he sees, then he can take that. So that might be something that you want to consider. I think it's something that we're considering as we go forward with this concept. So here you go. This is us. This is from last season. 2x2. This is 3rd down and 10. All right. This is a big play in this game. We needed a first down. This other team had some momentum going. So we're running the rail to the boundary. Okay. So here's our running back right here, set into the boundary. Here's our H back. We've been running a lot of outside zone, set formation in the boundary, running outside zone. So you want to kind of set this up off of what you've been doing and how you've been attacking them. Heavy field, overload field pressure team. All right. On 3rd and long. So based on scouting report, like, all right, these dudes, they're going to blitz us. They're going to pin their ears back and they're going to play man. So this was our man beater for the game. We know they're going to bring 6. Okay. So we're running the OTB route. We're setting the mesh. We're running the rail. All right. Now, we're trying to get this guy pushed through to run the under route, and it gets really, really cloudy in there, so he's not able to get through. But you can see that just the confusion created on those 2 routes with them trying to play man gets the running back wide open. I'd like to see our quarterback get this on him right now and not float it up there and give them a chance to get back to it. But still, big 3rd down play. Ended up scoring on that drive, and that was the one that kept it alive. So, again, if you're anticipating blitz and pressure, it's a really good way. Obviously, if they did cover this, if they peeled and ran with this, the quarterback then his next look would be to get to the under route. Okay, and that guy's got to stay on the run. Okay, 2-back look again. Now they're going to run rail to the boundary. All right, going to run it to the 2 receiver side. Again, play side 1, OTB. Play side 2, set the mesh. Backside 2 is now our back coming out of the backfield. He's on the under route. Okay, running backs running the rail up. Quarterback, 3-step out of the gun, working rail, high to low. Okay, so if they zone off, so in this case, if you see the corner zone off, he doesn't run with it. Okay, now he should be thinking high to low. And you can see him right here. He starts on the high, Mike takes it, now we're working back to the low. Good way to get that guy in the run. And if you watch that from the very beginning, that's the running back weak out of the backfield. He does a good job pushing through. And this is where the guy has to have some patience. Push through, find the over route, create the rub, and get yourself friendly to the quarterback. Okay? Same thing right here, 2x2 into the, or two back, 2 receivers into the boundary. All right, quarterback progression. Rail, if it's man right here, we're working rail, low to high. And this is just, they just totally blow the back out of the backfield. And that's what you'll see a lot, even at the college level. Sometimes that's the guy, the least covered player in the passing game is that running back. All right, they just lose track of him, and you're getting favorable matchups because if you got a guy there, you're getting him on a linebacker. Okay, same look, 2 backs. Now you could be in 12 personnel and be using an H back, or 11 personnel and have your Y. Okay, so in this case, if it's your Y, now he would be the guy running the rail. Okay, so now your Y is running the rail, working to the bottom of the numbers. Okay, work your OTB route right here. Really, we want to get anywhere over the ball, tackle to the ball. So you can see he does a good job of just sitting down once he finds grass. Okay, number 2. The over route, backside 2 or the back. On the under route, he does a good job of being patient right here. Push through the line of scrimmage, find your rub, settle in grass, and catch it easy on the run. Okay, now if you want to keep a 6-man protection, this game running a lot of 11 and 12 personnel. We're actually in 12 personnel. We got 2 tight ends in the game right here. Okay, this is against Gardena Serra from LA. If there's any California guys in here, this was a few years back. So now we're going to keep our back in protection. All right, we're getting a ton of man against this team. So now we're going to run. This is our H. So now we're running H rail to the right. So our Y is going to run the over. Our Z is going to run the OTB. We're keeping our back in protection. We're running the H on the rail, and we're going to bring our X on the under route. Okay. So again, a lot of times that big H-back gets lost coming out of the backfield, especially when you create some confusion running across linebackers' faces. Okay, it's a big explosive play for us right there. Okay, 2-back rail with motion. Same thing we talked about with 2x2, all right? Create a new number 1, create some confusion. There's lots of ways you can dress this up. It's a very effective way. So here you go, short motion. This is really easy way to do it, short motion. Are they in man? Are they in zone? Let's try to get a peek at it. Okay, they zone off. All right, so they zone off on the rail. Quarterback should be thinking high to low. See him go to the high route. That's that OTB route right there. So really good job. Rub, curl, push through the outside shoulder, get to 9 yards, settle down, find grass. You can see these guys stay on the move, stay on the move. Quarterback, when he sees zone, as soon as he comes off the rail, which is his number 1, when he sees zone, it should be 2 to 3 on the under route coming through. Does a good job of climbing in the pocket and finding that OTB. Very effective route, especially at the high school level. They lose track of that over the ball curl.